Welcome to our YouTube channel, Moneyline with Nancy TV. This is where you get the latest updates on business, finance, economy, market, as well as investment information. If you couldn't follow us live on television, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, press the notification bell so that you can get notifications. Thank you. Enjoy this video. Like I mentioned earlier, we're looking at the future of work in Nigeria. My guest is joining me. She's Loretta Laoye, Human Resources Consultant. Welcome to you, Loretta, and how are you?
Thank you very much for welcoming me. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so let's get started. What is the state of the Nigerian worker now? Let me start from there.
Okay. So when you're talking about the Nigerian worker should we say private, public, or just what's the state of an average Nigerian worker? Since you're a human resource consultant, I guess you'll be, interfacing with companies, hirings and all of that, Absolutely. Issues of trainings and all of that. Yeah. What is the state right now? What is the state of the Nigerian worker? Okay, so in my opinion, the state of the average Nigerian worker is to make ends meet, right? So every job opportunity is a means to an end. This next job that I'm about to get, how well does it pay compared to the previous job? And that's what we see in our line of business. So to the average Nigerian worker, it's just, how to make ends meet through the job opportunities that are presented to you.
The minimum wage that has been increased, did it change any of that at all? Are they optimistic?
Well, depending on your industry, your role, and cadre, it can make a significant impact in your own standard of living. So to many Nigerians who already earn way above minimum wage, I'm talking about employees now from the perspective of the employee, I wouldn't say it has made that much of a difference. But when we're talking about business owners, entrepreneurs, especially those in the SME sector, it has greatly impacted their businesses. So if I own a small-scale business and I have 3 people that are on my payroll and I pay them 50,000 naira a month, now with this new minimum wage of 70,000 naira, my overhead cost is already 150,000 naira. I would be looking to downsize if my business is not generating the funds that are required to pay these people. So what I would do is, with those 3 people, I'd lay one off, top up the salaries of the other people to meet up to the minimum wage that's required, and still stay within my bracket of overhead cost. So yes, it does present a lot of challenges to both employees and business owners.
How has it affected productivity?
So productivity now, I will talk about that in 2 perspectives or 2 angles. On the part of the employee, I think it has made working more competitive for people in general. So in the sense that knowing fully well that businesses may look to downsize, businesses that are not making as much money, you yourself, the employee, will think of how to add value by upskilling so that you remain relevant in your space or your sphere. So in terms of productivity, you find that there's more competition, probably healthy for the sake of the business, right? There's more competition within an organization because nobody wants to be the weakest link.
So let's talk about, I don't know if it's an elephant in the room now, the role of artificial intelligence as it relates to the Nigerian worker.
Okay, so you can't talk about the future of work without talking about artificial intelligence, as you have mentioned. It presents both opportunities and challenges. Challenges in the sense that it can replace the human factor, right? So job displacement, AI can take over people's jobs. But opportunities in the sense that if we are willing to upskill, if we are willing to adapt to new technologies, then you'd be exposed to more opportunities that are born from the introduction of AI. So for instance, you would need people to be able to develop such AI tools that enhance productivity in an organization. You need people to be able to maintain that, and you need people to be able to oversee that as well. So in as much as it can pose a challenge, there are also opportunities in that area for those who are willing to adapt to new technologies.
What kind of jobs are vulnerable to losses due to AI?
Okay.
So that for those listening and you're in those sectors right now, whether you should start thinking of changing jobs or upskilling.
Okay, so I'll tell you the sectors that can be greatly affected by this. Agricultural sector, where we have a high degree of unskilled laborers. Also, the banking sector, where virtually almost everything is automated. I can't remember the last time I walked into a bank to carry out a transaction. Then again, so we're gradually removing the human element. And so the agricultural sector, the banking sector as well. So employees in those industries should be looking to, and telecommunications industry as well. Employees should be looking to, upskill in those areas. As
a human resource person, do you think that AI has transformed the recruitment process?
Absolutely.
For example, and is it making perhaps hiring a bit more efficient? Is it making hiring or recruitment a bit more not being biased, as it were, and all of that? Yeah. Okay.
So AI has helped to transform our recruitment processes in the sense that it has reduced the lead time, time taken to hire for a role. And it has also created, it's been more efficient. Let me put it that way. It has reduced cost as well, in the sense that if you have AI tools that can help you recruit a large number of candidates within a limited time, you need fewer recruiters on your payroll or recruitment managers on your payroll. Yeah, so it's been advantageous. Then in terms of bias, AI is not also free from bias with the algorithms and all. But we can be able to mitigate that in the sense that developers of these apps and tools can ensure that it is more inclusive. And that's basically it.
Let me ask you a very important question, which is around mental health.
Yes.
I was reading, is it on the Guardian newspaper, either 2 days ago, so that because of the economic challenges to many Nigerian workers are having a lot of mental issues, that in health institutions, they've realized that there's a higher percentage, I think about 200%, the Guardian newspapers mentioned, I think two days ago, that there's been an upsurge of 200%. So you just see someone, that person is not actually normal. So how do Nigerian workers, what challenges and how do you think we can solve those challenges concerning mental health, perhaps people working remotely also, and can technology even assist as being a part of the solution?
Okay. So I will take a multi-channel approach to answering this question. First of all, you talked about remote working. While that provides flexibility for the average worker, it also has its downsides. So with remote working, you find isolation can creep in, right? And with isolation leads to depression and anxiety because there's little to no human interaction. Yes. That's on one hand. On the other hand, if we want to look at mental health, the mental health of employees, and take away remote working, there are several other factors that affect that. The time taken to commute, personal commitments, family responsibilities, and let's not forget, the country that we live in, we have long working hours. Right, compared to the West, where remote working and hybrid work structures are more embraced.
They are embraced, but they are coming back again.
They are coming back, yes.
To the offices because they noticed that remote work is also
affecting,
a problem.
Yes.
I think Elon Musk just said, "Oh, you guys should just come back to work."
Yes.
A lot of them, I think, Amazon. So why we saw that was because in 2020, COVID, oh, that was the best thing that could happen to us, remote work.
Yes.
But now they are seeing problems
Yes.
that people are getting mentally ill. People are also getting depressed. So let's go back to the office whereby you see your people, you
have those interactions.
and all the social interactions.
Yes, 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 that's absolutely correct. Now, what can we do to mitigate? You know, what can we do to curb mental health issues amongst our employees? I think institutions should start an internal awareness, create awareness. I was privy to the fact that CBN just recently had like a mental health campaign for its employees in the headquarters here in Abuja. So organizations can create awareness internally. Secondly, organizations can provide resources for these employees, you know, who may be going through mental health issues, you know. And thirdly, encourage employees to check in on themselves, especially on those who are remote, you know, working. So I think these are the things that we can do to curb mental health issues in our organizations.
Some people will say the cost of it in Nigeria is money. That once a Nigerian sees a lot now, that every other thing is being taken care of. You know, because you've seen even suicidal rates in Nigeria have increased, and all of that as a result of economic hardship. But as we wind down, I would like us to take a look at even work-life balance. Is there anything like work-life balance? Because I'm being asked that question a lot of times. When I go, you know, Nancy, how do you cope? Work-life balance, you have a lot of stuff you do. What's your view? And perhaps also include AI in it, if it can actually also assist in terms of tasks and all that.
So, for me, I like to say work-life management. It's something that you manage.
Thank you very much. Because for me, that's actually what I also tell them, that there's nothing like work-life balance.
There isn't really a balance. Because
I create support systems that will help me,
exactly. You know? At every point in time or at different points in time, something suffers.
You must give. Something must
Either
give.
the work or the personal life, right? So for me, I like to look at it as work. I like to call it work-life management. So AI can assist with this in terms of handling repetitive tasks so that we can then channel our efforts, our minds, our energies into more high-value tasks that require critical thinking, analysis, strategy, and all. So yes, AI can help create that form of, you know, balance that we need between our work and our lives.
Okay. So I think we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Loretta, for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I hope that our audience have actually picked one or two things where you think AI can help you. Use it.
Yes.
But use it ethically also, because there are also ethical
issues surrounding it.
So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for
All right,
having
I've been speaking with Loretta Laoye, and we've been looking at the future of work in Nigeria. That's the much we can take on today's edition of the program. Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget that the conversation continues on our social media platforms. In case you're not subscribe to our YouTube channel, please do that. Moneyline with Nancy TV. Be the best you can be and be the change that you want to see. I am Nancy Naji. Bye now. Thank you for watching. In case this is your first time watching us, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, drop your comments as well as like, and most of all, share our content.